genetic variation came. Okay, the lighters, the people, the unmelanated people.
Yes.
Okay, and the so-called black people that were the original Egyptians.
Yes.
Okay, the Mizraim they call in the scriptures, the Matazarium. Okay, which go back to their relatives, the Canaanites.
Yeah.
Okay, they're relatives to the people of Foot, and the Cushites, who are modern day Ethiopians. Okay, those people come from Ham. Noah had Ham, Shem, and Japheth. Those were all black people. Okay, out of Shem, where the word anti-Semitic comes from, right?
Yeah.
Out of Shem came the majority of the nations. The people of India, Elam. Okay. The people of the Arabs, you're talking Ishmael, which come from Abraham, okay? Our people, the Hebrews, okay, all come from Shem. Yet Ham, we're talking about Ham, Cush, okay, the ancient Egyptians, and we're going to read the Bible dictionary. Mizraim.
Oh, by the way, where's India? India
is over here.
They're very dark.
They're Elam.
Yep.
They're Elamites. Right here, Elam, okay, the people of India.
Elam, okay.
Okay, those people even go all the way up to the Hindu Kush. Okay, the Aryans, they call them.
Yeah.
Those people are actually Elamites. They're not Edomites. The so-called white man tries to say, oh, I'm an Aryan, right? Well, the original Aryans were actually Elamites. Okay, those
the Persians.
The Persians. Okay, the Persians are ancient culture, have ancient, how do you say?
Hi, I'd like to testify that this is the tribe of Judah.
Oh, see?
And that you should listen to what he says.
That's Steve. That's the spirit.
Thank you.
All right, shalom.
Listen to that.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Is there some kind of reason why
Even he knows.
The first thing Mussolini did was invade Ethiopia. Why did he do that?
Well, because Mussolini, right, he was controlled opposition, right? Really, he was just doing whatever it took. I don't know
He was trying to prove that they're powerful, basically.
Right, I don't know the deepness of why he would do the Ethiopians,
But I mean, for ethnicity, was there a reason for?
I don't think so.
Okay.
The Ethiopians are one of the top nations of Africa.
Yeah.
And they'll tell you that. They're very proud of that, saying, oh, we were never conquered. And they were never put in slavery. It was the people of West Africa, the descendants, the ancient, the modern day
like the
descendants.
Ivory Coast. And
The
all
Ivory
that.
Coast.
Yeah.
The French and the Italians.
That's where America went to get slaves.
All the slaves. That's where everybody went and got the slaves because those people were the Israelites. Okay, those people of West Africa, which they called. He just told you the tribe.
That's where all our spiritual music.
The Ethiopians still know that they're Cush.
Yeah, they still know they're
So they're like an
Kush.
ancient nation, just like the Persians.
The Persians still know they're Elam.
That's the basic root of all of our music. It comes from the slaves that were brought from
when you look at our people, when you hear their
our
type of
spiritual music.
you hear our people's music. I was listening to Falu Etis, I forget the dude, Burna Boy's. He's stealing from him. Nigerian music. It's that drum. It's that shaking sound. That's Jay. That's all of Jay. All these tribes play that same line. But we're gonna read.
Beatles and Elvis all got their roots, and they all admired.
Well, the Beatles
sound.
were Jake said through the spirit. Their lines go back to these people. Okay, the Scousers. A lot of those Liverpoolian.
Yeah.
Liverpool was actually one of the top slave ports of Britain. So a lot of slaves went through Britain and they went to Liverpool. So Liverpool has a lot of them Scouse people. Okay, and they're a mixture of Irish, Scottish slaves, right?
As well as the Indian tribes.
And there were the American railroads and the little camps, and they play their guitar and invent music from their roots, from where they came from.
Yep. And so we're going to read the definition of ham of the New Compact Bible Dictionary set up by so-called white people, Bible scholars. And let's see what they say. The Zondervan Bible Dictionary. So let's see what they say.
Which Zondervan, they print the NIV Bibles. It's Ham. It says the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races.
The progenitor of the dark races. So the ancient bloodline, okay, the main line came from him for those dark races. Okay, what dark races?
He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes.
But not the Negroes. So there you go. There's a differentiation between the dark people of the world, like we were talking about the people from India, right? But even though they're super dark, they don't go back to Ham.
Well, if you tell them that they're, you say you're African too, they'll tell you I ain't African.
Yeah, they know.
Nah, we different. You know, because like the elder said, all nations, all the people that you see on that sign are dark skinned except for Edom.
Except for Edom.
All those nations that you go to China, China has dark skinned people. Japan has dark skinned people. North Africa, there was dark skinned people there. Turkey.
German?
Russia, yep.
The original
Russia.
Germans, yep.
Oh, the original German.
Yep.
Okay. Where did the white Germans go?
Oh, they came from
Edomites.
Esau and Edom. They came from Esau. Esau,
Edom, yeah.
yep. Edom came through and took it off. Edom, see, the original Romans and the original Greeks were Japhetic people. Okay, they were. It says Javan there,
Yep.
Yeah.
right? And then you look at the Etruscans.
Yep, the Minoans.
The Minoans.
So the original inhabitants of
Okay,
Greece.
their art looks like Polynesian art because the modern day Polynesians were those ancient Greeks.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why they're seafaring people. They have the same type of art and stuff like that, and the hair is long, curly.
Yep.
The original Greeks. And then when Esau, Edom started coming in, they started saying we're Greek too,
Yeah.
and they took on the customs,
Oh.
and then ended up kicking them out
Yeah, I got it.
and saying, but kept it going because they're like, man, I like these
I have
guys.
something
Yeah.
personal to share. My mother's family, for Mama and Papa, immigrated from Sicily through Ellis Island, 1914. So they settled in St. Louis, okay? And there's a lot of black people. So whenever we'd go on vacation out there, it was like home for me. And everybody working on the train too. So I was comfortable with it. And my mother's family were the last, what they call Caucasians, for the entire neighborhood. Nobody bothered them. It's like they blended right in and got along with everybody.
Yeah.
And that's the way I grew up.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why. Because pure Sicilian, like you said, is,
The Sicilians are Israelites.
Sicilians are niggas.
and
said
they're
themselves.
oppressed. They're oppressed in Italy.
Yeah, like the people in Naples, right? Southern Italy.
Yeah.
Even them, they are majority of them are from the same line as Sicilians. And the people in Naples, they rock the Confederate flag because they're about like going against the North, you know.
Yeah.
So they say, oh, we're the South Italians. We're different than the Northern Italians.
Almost like a civil war.
Exactly, because they don't accept us as real Italians. No, you guys ain't real Italians. You guys are the black ones.
Oh, are you Italian?
Me, no, but I know a little bit about.
Oh, you
Italian.
were saying in their.
But that's how they deal with each other, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Well, Maradona, he just passed away. Soccer player, right? Maradona.
Yes.
He played for Naples, right? In their football club, and when he played in the World Cup in Italy, he told the people in Naples to support Argentina because the Italians don't support you. So he told the Italians to support him.
Yeah.
Because the actual Italians, they don't give a fuck about you. They hate you. They call you N, the N word, you know?
Yeah.
So those people are like, all right, we're with him, you know? But because of that, he was stirring that up, you know, they destroyed his career, you know, almost. But he destroyed it himself. But that's just another point of the differentiation there between, okay, those are Italians, but really, they know who they really are. They go back to these people, okay? That's why, you know, all those old, that's why Jake loves watching Scarface. Jake, these people, they love watching mob flicks, you know, Godfather, okay, Goodfellas, Sopranos, you know, Jake loves watching that. They watch those mafia films, they feel, it resonates with them, you know? But that's because it's a cultural thing, you know? And it's our people. They look at it like, we look at those guys like, oh, those are us, you know?
Yes.
Even though for some people, they're like,
My
how could you
uncles
do
were
that?
in that.
Yes,
They would never tell us, but I figured it out.
So we're gonna read it?
He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes,
Not the Regals, not the so-called black men in America. Keep going.
but the Egyptians,
The Egyptians,
Ethiopians,
Libyans,
and Canaanites.
and Canaanites. So those ancient Egyptians, the Sphinx and all that, were super dark-skinned black people. And there's a reason why all those features are broken on all those old pieces. The old the Greek bust, the old Egyptian bust, the Sphinx. The nose is gone, the lips are gone. Why? So-called white men will tell you it's because, oh, those fall over time. But you see other things, they look perfectly fine. Still intact, but the lip and the nose are gone. That's something called iconoclasm. All right, and they did a lot of that iconoclasm during the Middle Ages and during the conquest. Okay? Like they did it, the Tenochtitlan, when the Spanish came to take over the Aztecs in Mexico City.
Yeah.
What do? They destroyed the whole city. They burned it all
did.
down.
They did.
They filled
Foundation.
to the bound. They burned it to the foundation, and they filled up the lake. Okay, why? To leave no remembrance of anything they had.
Wow.
Okay, and to build anew.
Uh-huh.
Those Chichen Itza, you know where Chichen Itza is,
Yes.
right? The reason why Chichen Itza still exists is because they
So
didn't
high
find
up.
it.
Yeah, it was.
No, that's
It-
Machu Picchu in
Oh,
Peru.
Machu Picchu.
Chichen Itza is in the Yucatan.
Okay.
The Mayan temples.
It-
Those are even, they were hidden, but they were overgrown by the forest. So the
Right.
Spanish didn't even know about it.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's a lost civilization.
Yeah.
Okay, just like how they predate the Aztecs, the Mayans.
They don't know how it ended. It's like
They
it
don't.
just-
It's just like Chaco Canyon, right?
Yeah.
They don't know how that ended, right? But we know the Most High.
Oh, they say it ended because they lost their faith in a god,
Yep, that's
and they became without a god and no faith, no hope, and that's how it ended.
I believe the Heavenly Father took his spirit off them and destroyed them and spread them out and changed their languages, brought them back low. So what? He could bring in Esau, Edom's
Well,
strength.
even there's certain scholars that say during that time too, a lot of diseases. They got hit with a lot of diseases
Yeah.
and wiped a lot of the population out.
Yep.
So well, that's how our people. That's how we got messed up. The Most High God, He sent the Romans, the Greeks to destroy us, the Edomites, the other nations to destroy us. And then we fell by infighting within each other,
Yep.
as well as diseases. So the Most High just totally just took us down.
He weakened us to the point where we had to go in slavery. There's no other option for us.
Right.
But that was the cup. If someone give me Jeremiah 49. Can you read it?
Well, I have this precept there.
Go ahead and read that.
It says, First Maccabees 3, verse 48.
And this is in the Apocrypha, which is in the 1611 Holy Bible. Okay.
Oh, the Apocrypha.
Yep, and in this book is the book of Maccabees and also the book of Esdras, which documents the northern kingdom of Israel, the 10 lost tribes, coming over here
Yeah.
to the New World. That's
Do you
the Bible.
accept the Apocrypha as the Word of God?
Yes, it is.
Okay, because you know that the Protestant Church doesn't include it.
They don't, but originally it was. But the reason why they took it out
Right.
is because it has that information in it.
It names names.
It names names. It actually talks about Alexander the Great in this book.
Why do the Catholics keep it in there?
The Catholics keep it in there because the Catholics predate the Protestants.
Right.
Okay, so they have to keep it in there because that's how it was. They're not going to take it out.
Okay.
They're just going to keep it hidden,
Even though they're from Edom.
even though they're from Edom. But they keep it hidden because Catholics know Catholics don't read the Bible. Protestants read the
They
Bible.
keep it in Latin.
They keep it in Latin, and then when you go, you don't read it. You got to go to a pastor. You got to go do your penance. You got to do all that
I
extra.
don't believe they have all the books.
They don't have.
They don't have-
They've been tampering with it. But the original canonized
Right. Yeah.
scriptures by the Catholic Church has the Apocrypha still in it.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, this is First Maccabees 3, verse 48. It says, And laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen have sought to paint the likeness of their image.
Yep, and there it is. Actually, start up.
But I've heard that they couldn't find the books of the Apocrypha when the original scriptures were written in the first century. Right? Like the Apocrypha was not written in the first century, like the rest of the Bible, right?
No, it was. I think it may be confusing with like the Septuagint and all that. But
Yeah, that's where the Apocrypha is from.
right,
From the Greek text.
But the Greek
reason why when you read it, the names.
But it was
are
written
different.
after what we have in the Protestant Bible. It was written after all
well,
the
the
scriptures.
King James Bible put this in.
Right.
Okay.
The Apocrypha?
Yes.
They did?
The 1611 King James Bible
I
has the
didn't know
Apocrypha in
that.
it.
They have the Apocrypha.
The original. Well, someone give me their 1611.
This 1611, oh, that's like, this King James version
This one.
doesn't have it, but that 1611
Yeah,
does.
This
my
is-
King James doesn't have
But
it.
the 1611 edition,
Yeah.
the original print, the original edition, which they still print out,
Okay.
King James has the Apocrypha
I thought that would be a
With
Catholic
the old
Bible.
English.
with the Old English.
That's not a Catholic Bible?
The Catholics accept this as the scriptures.
Yeah,
Right, but
that
is
was-
this
that
a
was-
Catholic
This is,
Bible?
but it's not a Catholic Bible.
That's what King James authorized.
So
to
if
be,
I look up the
translated.
original King James 1611, it'll have
Yeah, because he authorized the Catholic Bible to be translated into English, so the people didn't have to rely on.
and it was a
some
Protestant
church,
Bible?
or the so-called Catholic Bible.
Yeah,
which is it's just a description.
it's just
You know,
scriptures.
In 1611 was
these
the
are
King
always-
James Catholic Bible.
This is always a part of the book.
Yeah.
In
But it got
1611
separated. It got separated.
was the King James the Catholic Bible.
No, so the King James Bible is what the breakdown of all the original text, the original Hebrew of the Old Testament, the
Yeah.
original Greek of the New Testament, and the Apocrypha. Okay, the Catholic Bible, okay, they accept this as the true Bible because they understand it goes back to those ancient texts.
Yeah, this is just translated into
Translated
the King's English.
to the King's English
So the commoners
for the
could
common man could read, which was pretty much an insurrection against the Catholic Church.
Yeah. Oh,
Because
definitely.
now you've
Yeah.
given the word to everybody.
They wanted to burn printing presses.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They
And-
wanted to kill King James.
Well, they defamed him.
Yep.
Okay, and they went after him. They started calling him a Satanist and all this extra shit. Why? Because he gave power to the people,
Right.
and that was pretty much what that was his last stand, and he did it.
Gutenberg
It's
Bible.
all prophecy. That was in order for us to get this word in these last days and be able to break it down. But look, we're claiming that we're those same people, but we don't speak fluent Hebrew. We don't speak fluent Greek. We speak English.
So what's important about the Apocrypha? The names that are in there?
It has historical counts.
Historical accounts, and it also has an extension of the book of Psalms and Proverbs by another holy man named Sirach, the book of Ecclesiastes. Okay, which is like another book of Proverbs.
Ecclesiastes. Was that written by Solomon?
It was written, well, Ecclesiastes was written by Solomon, but also another book of Solomon, the book of wisdom, was it Songs of Solomon? Song of Solomon is in here. Wisdom of Solomon is in here.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and also the book of Bel and the Dragon,
First and second Ezra's.
first and second Esdras. Okay, you read about Ezra, right? They have him here,
Also the Maccabees.
and the book of the Maccabees.
That's what happened after.
Alexander the Great.
Yeah, so that's what came after the book of Malachi.
After the book of Malachi came the book of Maccabees.
It's after the Slakia, not to cut you off, after the Medo-Persian captivity, which that's in the scriptures, the Greeks came. But the Greek Empire isn't documented in the so-called the regular scriptures. You got to go to the Apocrypha to find out about that.
Yeah, because
History, what happened between us and the Greeks is in the Maccabees.
I have a Sicilian friend that he teaches Italian to English speakers. So I'd like him to. Are you always here? He's Sicilian.
yeah, we're here at Louisville every Saturday.
Every Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday or sometimes Friday nights.
Every
Friday
Saturday.
evening. Yeah, we try to come here on a weekly basis.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And do you have like a church meeting?
This is our church.
This is it. Street
This is
church.
it. Yep. This is
Well, that's the way it should be.
well, that's the word. The word.
I believe that's.
It means the gathering, the call out.
Yeah.
Iglesia.
That's what the Lord did.
That's what Simpson. You know Simpson? He started Christian and Missionary Alliance. He used to go around through the streets with a horse and a cart, and he'd stand up on top and preach. And that's what Saint Patrick did.
Yeah, that's the spirit of the Lord on people. Well, that's what John the Baptist did. Okay, he went. He was here because John the Baptist was from the royal line of the Levite priest. Yeah, he left that to preach who? The kingdom of Heavenly Father. Okay.
He didn't preach in the synagogue.
No, he left it, and he had every right to be the head priest because he was a direct descendant of Aaron. Okay, so he said, no, it ain't about that because a new covenant's about to be made.
His mother
The real priest is coming in. How Shai's coming, okay? Who the world equally calls
John the
Jesus.
Baptist's mother was the sister of Mary?
I believe so, or cousin.
Cousin? Yeah.
Yep. Let's bring this out real quick. This is the book of First Maccabees, the first chapter and the first verse. It says, and it happened after that, Alexander, the son of Philip the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chetam,
And Philip of Macedon was the main guy that united all of Greece. Okay, it was the Macedonians who united Athens, all the city-states, right? We got them all together and started the empire. Right, and this is before the Romans got into power. So this was the top guys. They went and took down. Well, Daniel predicted it. They went and took down the Persians. And the Persians were the baddest of the kingdoms, man. One of the baddest. Okay, richest too. Keep going.
it says, had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes, that he reigned in his stead the first over Greece. and made many wars. This is the beginning of the Greek Empire. And it's chronicled in the scriptures.
It's chronicled in the scripture and the Apocrypha.
You can literally look this history up.
Yep.
Yeah, it all lines up. Which is another reason why they can't have it in there, because it's going to show you that, oh, why can't we bring out the rest of Judah? It's too much facts, too much truth. Okay, this world's built on lies. Okay, that's why they got to keep things. That's why they keep this hidden.
It says, and made many wars and won many strongholds and slew the kings of the earth and went through to the ends of the earth and took spoils of many nations, insomuch that the earth was quiet before him, whereupon he was exalted and his heart was lifted up.
Yeah, he got very proud. Keep going.
And he gathered a mighty strong host and ruled over countries and nations and kings who became tributaries unto him.
Well, that's why they changed Cairo to Alexandria. Okay, he made it under his name, and he moved the capital to there. And then he even, what did he do? He built the library there. Okay, and then that's why they started calling him the Great. Keep going.
It says, and after these things he fell sick and perceived that he should die.
People, I believe it was a stomach flu or something, but
Nah, he had syphilis.
yes,
He's a sodomite.
He was a sodomite. It was syphilis, HIV, AIDS, one of them. Right, but he was sick through all of his sodomy.
Yeah, he was a homosexual.
And a pederast.
Yep.
Yeah, he was a pederast.
That's what the Greeks are into.
That's what the Greeks were into, especially the Edomite.
It says, and after these things he fell sick and perceived that he should die. Wherefore he called his servants, such as were honorable, and have been brought up with him from his youth.
Those are the four generals. Okay, those are his four guys that helped him go from Ptolemy, Seleucus, Lycomeus, and Cassandra.
Yep. Which those four are prophesied in the scripture.
Those four are prophesied in the scripture.
It says, wherefore he called his servants, such as were honorable, and have been brought up with him from his youth, and parted his kingdom among them while he was yet alive.
So while he was on his deathbed, they made the deal. Okay, you're going to get Egypt, Ptolemy. Okay, Seleucus, you're going to get the Jerusalem. Okay, Lycomeus, Greece. Okay, and the other one was
Lycomeus had Anatolia. Cassandra had Greece.
Cassandra had Greece. That's right. And that's all in the history books. And the scripture is talking about it, okay? Which shows you how important that history is. Okay, because it directly affects who? The Israelites. Keep going.
The word of God is never wrong.
Right? And then the main thing they were figuring out was, okay, what are we going to do with this to these Jews here? What are we going to do with the Israelites? Because the Israelites had a deal with the Persians that they could still live the way they live, and they were given autonomy. So where they didn't have to go by the laws of Darius in the Persian Empire, they went by the laws of their customs. So no other civilization would be like that in those old ancient empires.
They didn't even have tribute. They didn't pay tribute.
They paid tribute. They had deals, but they didn't have to go and follow and bow down and worship Darius as a god. Because all those ancient empires, okay, they would all say the king is your god. I'm your god, like Nebuchadnezzar, right? I'm your god on this earth. The Pharaoh would feel himself the same way. I'm the god on this earth. Worship me as your god. The Israelites would never do that. Okay, because we have one God who's in heaven. All right, keep going.
It says, so Alexander reigned 12 years and then died. You can look that up. And his servants bear rule, everyone in his place.
Yeah, 12 sicko Castro years, the Castro for that guy. And then 12 years, he was doing all kinds of wickedness. He was killing people and doing all kinds of sodomy. And then bringing that type of lifestyle to all those people. And that ancient custom in the land of Afghanistan, where they had the little boys, that goes all the way back to Alexander, man.
The Hellenization.
The Hellenization, that goes all the way back to Alexander. Because they brought that from Greece with them, man. To bring the little boy love.
Every city that he put a library there.
Yep. Libraries, outposts.
I saw the library.
So what are those libraries holding? Wickedness.
Hellenization.
Hellenization.
With the serpent and the spear, all his pharmakias as well.
Yep. Keep going.
It says, and after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves Salakia, let me read 8. It says, and his servants bear rule, everyone in his place.
That's right.
And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years. And evils were multiplied in the earth.
And evils were multiplied on the earth. Why? Because they were Edomites. Okay? They came into power, and what did they do? They brought all kinds of death and destruction on the earth.
Yep.
And they were tyrants, man.
And they set up a rulership that did not coincide with the scriptures.
Yeah.
Now, when you read about any other kingdom that was established upon the earth, they eventually acknowledged the God of the Israelites. The Greeks didn't do that. You know, the Greeks had a pantheon. You know that, like they were heavy in the pederasty, which is you get down with little boys. You know, they were homosexuals. That's completely against the laws of the Bible. Now, the Greeks spread this philosophy throughout the four corners of the earth, causing everybody to follow after that, which this is a sign of who the wicked is. That's the reason why they don't want you bringing this out, man. Under no other nation was evils spread throughout the four corners of the earth outside the Greeks and the Romans. Well, because they're Edomites.
And then we're going all the way back to what? The Renaissance. What was the Renaissance? The word Renaissance means what? The rebirth. A revival of what? Greco-Roman culture, man.
Western.
You know, they brought it back. That westernized, they call it westernization, but it was ancient Greco-Roman culture. Okay, they brought back the Olympics. They brought back the bathhouses.
The architecture.
Okay, the architecture, the government, the democracy, the republic.
And it's interesting
Okay, the
in
science, right?
It's interesting in the
The
Olympics
philosophy.
that it's the oppressed people that are winning all the gold medals.
Well, you go all the way back to the Romans. Who was kicking ass in them gladiator coliseums? It was these guys. You know, you think LeBron James dunking on somebody was crazy? Imagine that motherfucker with some swords. All right, a bunch of them out there in the Coliseum. These guys were putting on a show. The Gladiator movie, yeah. Well, he was actually supposed to be a Jake. Severius was also a top general. Because people get it mixed up. This whole thing about black or white, that's a whole new concept. Back during the days of the Romans, they would say, I'm just a Roman now, oh, that's just an Israelite, or that's an Egyptian, that's a whatever. Everybody were different colors, you know?
Paul was Roman.
Paul was
Roman citizen.
a Roman citizen.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so he was like, brought into that.
Like us.
Like us.
We have American citizenship.
Yeah.
But we're Israelites.
Well, America's the new Rome.
Yeah,
Were the
yeah,
apostles dark skinned?
Yes, they were. They were very dark skinned.
Well, Paul was mistaken for an Egyptian.
He was mistaken for an Egyptian.
right.
And we just read about in the Zondervan's Bible Dictionary how the Egyptians go back to the dark-skinned people.
Yep.
So they said they thought Paul was
Wait a minute,
Egyptian.
please. Historically, Egyptians are not dark people.
What are you talking about?
I'm from Egypt, by the way.
Yeah,
I know how it
ancient
is.
Egyptians. Okay?
Yeah, I know about
the ancient
They're dark
Egyptians
skinned.
were
They're
dark.
not dark skin.
Okay,
No,
King brother.
hold on,
Can you
one
bring up a picture of King Tut?
So
I know King
trust me,
Tut.
the Arabs,
He was
the
there.
Arabs aren't the same people.
Yeah, I know.
Aren't the ancient Egyptians? The ancient Egyptians who built the pyramids
Yes.
weren't Arabs. Were they Arabs?
No, they weren't.
Okay, so they were.
That's what we talking
That's what we talk about.
Yeah, you're talking about
The modern day
Arabic
people,
Egyptians?
the modern day people of Egypt, okay, that live there now, aren't the same people that lived there
When they built
6,000 years
Let me
ago.
just explain it.
Okay.
I got your point, but
Okay,
I'm talking
that sounds
about the
good.
ancient Egyptians because I study history.
Okay, then the
I
ancient
studied the
Egyptians were
history-
very dark-skinned people.
No,
They were black people.
weren't.
Okay,
Okay,
they were
can
black
you give me a
people.
source, please? Not just a picture. I need a source.
Yeah,
The
that's
sources,
Like a
we
historical
just
source.
read the Bible dictionary about Ham, okay? The ancient, what was the name of the ancient Egyptians? Did they call themselves Egypt? Egypt is a Greek word,
Yep.
okay? They didn't call themselves the Egyptians, okay? They had a different name. They were Matazargan, Mizraim, okay? The people of Ethiopia didn't call themselves Ethiopia. Ethiopia is a Greek word.
Okay.
And that's why we're talking about what's happening with the Greeks changed all the names.
That's right.
Okay? That's why I said they changed it to Alexandria. They moved the capital
Okay.
here. And the Greeks came in there
Egypt
first.
is a pharaonic word.
Okay?
It's not a
No. Egypt
It is
today-
a Greek word, man.
Egypt is a Greek word, man.
Guys, let's
Okay.
give me a source, please.
Look
Because-
it up, man.
You know
What
about-
you got a phone. Look it up yourself,
You know what
man.
the word etymology means?
No, I don't know.
Etymology is the study of words, the origins of
Hey, he's
words.
throwing up
man.
the spirit. You got to get out of here, man. All right? We're gonna keep going.
I'm just
No,
interested to know more.
you're low level, man. Okay, because you don't understand the history of your people.
just-
You're Ishmael, right? You're Arab. You understand? You're
Yeah,
ancient.
I'm an
You're
Arab.
a descendant of Ishmael. You know that, right?
I'm not I'm actually a Christian.
What was that?
I'm a Christian.
You're a Christian.
What does that have to do
Okay,
with
but your
lineage?
ethnicity goes back to the Arab. You're Arab, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Egyptian-
the Arabs are
Egyptian
originally.
Arab.
Who was their forefather? They go all the way back to
Yeah, it's the father of Pharaoh.
Ishmael, right?
Yeah.
Ishmael, see?
Okay.
So he knows, they know they go back to Ishmael, okay?
Yeah, I'm asking.
So
Don't-
those
don't
are the
make fun
Arabs.
of me. I'm just interested
No,
to
don't
know what are
worry.
you doing.
So they know, yet our people don't know. But we're finding out now.
right.
Guys like this are gonna say, "Oh, I need evidence." Fuck you, okay? I don't need to explain shit to you.
Well, he already knows.
You already know
He
it.
up here playing the game.
You playing games,
Acting
trying to-
like he don't know who Ishmael
trying to
is.
say it like we're
he just
stupid or
admitted who
something.
Ishmael
I'm
is.
not-
He
I'm not
knows he
playing
says
against
Look,
you guys. You're-
we're the Israelites, okay? We're the God's chosen people.
That's right.
okay? We're the Israelites. Okay, that's our land. All right, you Ishmaelites. Okay, you guys, you ain't gonna take back Jerusalem. Okay, you ain't gonna kick the so-called Jew out. All right, you're gonna go to war with them. Okay, pretty soon in World War III. And guys like you here in America living the life, you're done out here, man. Okay, because they don't want you back. They don't want you back home, and the people here don't want you here. Okay, so guys like you are gonna be caught out there when World War III hits off, man. You got
Just a
something?
quick one. This is just a quick Google search. This is for you. The name Egypt comes from the Greek Aegyptos, which was the Greek pronunciation of the ancient Egyptian name. It's a quick Google. It's Google. Quick search.
See, what he fails to realize is that we're going into history right here, reading the book of Maccabees. Alexander conquered the known world, man. What the Greeks did when they came into power, they changed the names of the lands that they went to because they couldn't pronounce it in the ancient tongue of the natives. That's why the land Syria has that name. That's a Greek word, man. The word Palestine is not, that's not what the ancient people called it. Okay? The Greeks gave it that name because they could, that was easier for them to pronounce. Do you know who the ancient Palestinians were? What were their original
No,
names?
I don't know.
What was their original
Let me
name?
just say something. I'm not here to debate. I'm
Okay,
just
don't worry.
here to listen and to know what are you
Yeah,
doing.
but you
Yeah.
coming in the debate spirit when you
No,
told us
I
that we're
didn't
wrong.
come for a
You
debate
said
spirit.
you made a statement that Egypt was not a Greek word.
Yeah, I
And we
know
just
it
told
came
now
from
you're wrong,
Egypt.
and now you're getting
yeah,
proof
I know.
wrong.
All right.
From what we studied in the
Yes,
history,
you've been told
you know, like
lies.
Egypt is a pharaonic word written on the walls of Egyptian.
Yeah, which is a lie. You know, so you've been told lies, and we got the truth.
Thank you. Thank you for telling me the truth. That's why I'm here.
Same thing happened to me.
You're just
I got
Keep going.
Why are you guys so offensive?
You can show
I'm
them.
just
Well, no,
waiting
because
for you. I love
we
you.
gotta be like
You can
that.
show them this
No,
real quick.
I'm not like that. I just
Which this is a bust of King Tutankhamun. He don't look like you Arab Egyptians.
You look like a Sudanese.
The modern day Sudanese
this is only
are the actual direct descendants of the ancient Egyptians. Okay,
It's not fair.
the modern day Sudanese people. Okay,
I actually got attracted to something.
Hold on one second. We're gonna finish what we're reading. We're reading about Alexander the Great. Okay, about how he went through modern day Egypt. That was one of the main places he went and took down. Okay, and when he took down Egypt, that's when the ball started rolling. He went and got the Persian, the Median Empire. Right? And then when he got that, that's when he got all his riches. But it was too far for him to go. He wanted to go all the way to.
India.
He wanted to go to
He
India.
got conquered by the elephants.
Okay, yeah, the Parthians, right? I think it was the.
They used elephants.
the Parthians.
He couldn't
okay?
deal with that.
No, but he actually had some of them. He had his own elephants.
Oh,
Okay, he went and traded with them
that's
too.
where he lost the war, though.
He lost it actually in the Hindu Kush.
Yep.
Okay, up in modern day Afghanistan.
Oh, he did?
That's where empires go to die. They say.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, Soviets, Alexander. You're looking at it right here, America.
And Napoleon too, right? Napoleon fell.
Napoleon.
think he
Okay, I'm
fell.
not sure he went that far.
I thought that's
All right, but.